conversation. That's how we... My goodness, LeBron James said that he's on game. You know, when they're comfortable and he's up, the mental wars is off. He's gonna hit that. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna hit that. This is what happens when you give cushion. I hate when Kawhi does the step back and keep forcing pickup, man. He picks up his dribble too much. Off the bench and it's off. With a wrench. Straight brick. What we doing here? This gotta go. My goodness. Danny G, can you hand me 3? Oh, the saying back, boy. What we doing? Blow by. PG-13. We see your scene. This is that run that they made with them off the bench. And then obviously, when you give a 1-2 cushion, don't help. My goodness. Pat Bev said I got that bread. I got the 3-2, boy. Come on now. And it's a back and forth game just like that, down 6. But then again, like I said, Bron has to be a skilled player to beat the Clippers. That's to hit jump shots. Same with AD. See? They switch. Oh my. Ah! Good try. Good hustle, AD. That's gotta go. Boom. Kuz. He said I'm a abuse. Kuz is hitting shots. He's the next one. The third scored. My goodness. Pull that. Stop this pump faking and then passing, man. My goodness. Pat Bev. He said I got that bread. With an arsenal. Looking like Lowry. Looking fugazi. And you see, they're trying to say that he was trying to say he's eating. No, he's asking for a sub. He's hella tired. This is his first game in 5 months. No scrimmage, nothing. This is game 1 for him. He's hella tired. He's asking for a sub. What are we doing when we switch in? Rebound, you know, D sound. Look, the travel! My goodness, you can see the bench yelling, travel, OD. Be careful, what we doing? Okay, you gotta hit that, Morris. My God, Joe Morris is just struggling. My God. Morris, you gotta score it. Come on, man. Kill it, PG. My goodness. You look at it. You see, they didn't call foul. They've been grabbing hands the whole day. He's like, he slapped my left hand. My God, Joe, no fouls? What are we doing here? Good pass. That's gotta go. Ooh, that rattled in and out. You see? They have to be more skilled. Obviously, you can live with them shooting threes, but at the end of the day, if they're hitting the threes, that's their way for them to beat the Clippers. Not just threes, but perimeter shots. Oh, my God. Kawhi, not. Please don't try. Stop, boy. You see that step? He in my Giuseppe's? Come on, now that's how you feel. That step back. Mano y mano, handoff. You already know that. Hit the State Farm. Hit the State Farm. No commercial. The ref's like, hit the top. How? Hit the top? Come on, man. Okay, what we doing here? Mano y mano. My God, you shifted, Bron. Stop asking for a pick to switch. Cook him. And you see, look, LeBron, you see how he's beat? And then he's always hooking the arm and pulling the arm to play defense and sussing Kawhi. Those are the little things. This is a game within a game. This has been happening from time. He went into me. See, if you look, slow motion. Okay, look, you see, he's grabbing his arm every single time. He's been pulling his right arm, his shooting arm. He's been pulling it every single time. And LeBron's like, he's hooking. He went into him and that he's grabbing or whatever the case is. And that's not the case. He's been grabbing OD. Mismatch in the post. Cook it, mano y mano. Good shimmy jab. Okay, you got to shoot that. Nice pump fake. Floater. Bro, why you... Yo, what you doing? Jermichael has no bunnies. With LeBron on him in the paint? Come on, Reggie. You gotta be smarter than that, man. What we doing? Mano y mano. You know he's gonna blow by. You know why. Okay? And look, they call a bump on AD. Just giving free. They've been calling fugazi fouls the whole game. Both sides. What we doing here? Okay? Yo, Kawhi, stop this pump fake shit, man. My goodness. PG's gotta carry. PG-13. We see you're seeing Kawhi doing all this pump fake, man. Shoot the damn ball, man. What are you doing? I know you're rusty, but you gotta trust me. You feel me? What we doing? Mano y mano. See? No hands. That's how you feel? And then he stepped out of bounds. Obviously, you already know. So good. Okay. My God. In and out again. Oh, bro, no foul, bro. Madness. What the blood? My goodness. PG-13. We see you're seeing. How is Kawhi not getting the call? He's getting abused. But you got to go out with a stronger take than that, Kawhi. Come on now. But anyways, PG's change the narrative. They say that you're not clutch. Come on now. Let him know. What we doing? Mono a mono, you see? And right here is exactly what I've been trying to tell people from the time of times. I've been telling y'all that in the clutch time, this is what's gonna happen. AD is gonna be forced to be on the perimeter and play like a Caleb Bosch type of role where he has to spot up. Why? Because Bron needs the paint. He needs the paint OD, so this personnel is gonna force AD to be out the paint, you get what I'm saying, and be on the corner to let Bron have his spacing and let him go to work. That dynamics is gonna be an issue, or because AD's gonna have to hit shots. Two, you see that JaMychal Green is on Bron. Right now, this wouldn't be the case. They're putting JaMychal Green at the 5. You get what I'm saying? They have no Trez, they have no Lou Will. So more normally Trez will be at the 5, and he'll be the one able to either guard Bron at this position, or he would be the one playing help side and having the rim protection. JaMychal is right now wouldn't be playing these minutes. So there's things you gotta pay attention to down the stretch, exactly, especially come playoff time. You know what I'm saying? So look, you see blow by, you know why. You know, right? Blow by. And then Shaman has to help. He's not blocking that shit. You get what I'm saying? And it's a 1-on-1 98. You already know him. Bron James, he said that I'm on game only 14 shot atrocious, but when it matters, you have to put buckets on a platter. You get what I'm saying? Okay, what we doing here? You see right here, LeBron is beat. And then look again, he grabs Kawhi's hand. You see right there? He grabs his hand and puts his hand on him. And then again, you see right here? He's grabbing his bicep. He's grabbing his hand. He grabbed his hand again. And then he tries to grab his hand again. And he swipes and misses because he's getting beat and getting shifted low key. And then look, Caruso with the steal. See? He's getting beat and shifted low key that he's using his hands to play defense. If you play ball, you know. When guys are normally older and they're not moved, they can't move quickly as lateral, they use their hands to play defense a lot so they don't get beat and to kind of, you know, it's just instincts. He's not doing it on purpose, but it's instincts. Oh, good defense there. Cookies. You tried. And these are the little things. I'm trying to show y'all little things. And people are going to say Bron had lockup. Zach, that's not a good move, by the way. Let him know. Okay, what we doing here? Oh, great pass. It's gotta go. My God, Danny. Moving like a granny. You gotta make that, Daddy. We touch that. We here. We here. We here. We here. Yep. He's trying to let him know that he's like, we lost the. He's like, nah, that's bullshit. He's like, nah, I touched your hand. It hit your hand. It hit your hand. He's like, it hit your hand. Come on now. Game within a game. It's good to see, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, what we doing? Mono on the clutch time. They're doing that pick to switch that they're doing. Oh, no, off the down screen. Good stuff. My God, PG-13. We see your team. You see the left hand in and out, escape dribble, hop to the 3-point shot. Arsenal, man. That's Arsenal. That's what I like to see. That's what I like looks like. Come on now. Mono, what are we doing? They're going to pick the switch. Everybody doing that. Oh, bro, that's good D. Rebound. My God, you let Bron get his own rebound from the free throw line? Kawhi, you gotta jump in there and grab the ball. You can see Doc is cheese. Like, come on now. That's the play you let. Come on now. You can't allow that. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, you can't allow that, man. You can't allow that. At the end of the day, you gotta lock up. Good move. You see the escape dribble to the hop? That's beautiful. My goodness, PG. That's beautiful. That's elite. That's an elite escape dribble. Anyways, look, you see the contact, bruh. Kawhi, go there and get the rebound. I don't know what, maybe the restart. I don't know what he's doing, man. You just standing there. You gotta go and you normally go in and grab those. We seen it all last year. What are they doing? Last shot, mono. No switch. Okay. Mono. Bruh. Again, a foul. Whoa. Y'all don't see it, but I see it. I'm gonna show y'all. And then another, bruh. You can see they're complaining, obviously. You can see Paul George like, God damn, yo. I'm shooting hand like this. Come on, yo. He's like, bruh. Go where the fuck is bring us home, man. Quinn Cook, that's my boy, man. But at the end of the day, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, the media, obviously, they just showed, oh, he locked up. And I know mans are gonna say, like, I sound like a hater, but it's context. Look at this. You see, he's beat and he's holding his hand. You see that? Right there. He's beat on the step back. He's out of position and he's holding his hand, and that's his right hand. So he can't step back and then pull through and shoot the shot because right now he's leaning and he won't be able to contest. Bron's been playing defense with his whole hand and he bring it back. You see? He's sliding his feet. Step back, he's beat. He holds his hand and then Kawhi's like, yo, I can't even shoot. And then now he's forced to pass, but you can still reverse pivot, but I'm not too mad at that. You can see the foul. And then right here, he's beat again. Bron putting his own hand on his hip, which is illegal. And that's why PG's like, Why? Because he's beat, and LeBron's been playing defense with his hands because he's older, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And this is little context, and only if you have IQ, you can see these things. You see this? Putting his hand on his hip, and he's pushing him off, and you can see that's a foul. But at the end of the day, I already know they're not going to call it as LeBron. They're not going to call that. You already know they have a hidden agenda. You seen the calls they call earlier in the game, and PG's like, what the hell is that, man? You're not going to call that shit? You see the calls that they gave Kawhi on the offensive foul and all this shit they gave him before earlier in the game. So at the end of the day, bruh, that's Game Boy, no Nintendo. Bruh, I'm trying to show y'all something. So obviously you see how I show you the context. People are going to say, Banks, you're a Bron hater, you're this, you're that. And it has nothing to do with hating or nothing. It's about IQ and actually what's going on with the games and the little things. I show you stuff that the naked eye don't see. This is context. Context, as I give you that context. So you see, if you understand basketball, you'll understand that they always say, stop using your hands, stop using your hands. Refs say this all the time when you're playing as a kid, whatever the case. They say, stop using their hands. They do drills to teach you how to slide. Now, Bron can slide and all that type of stuff, but Bron's weakness has been guys with elite arsenal like KD, etc. And they've been cooking him and they've been shifting him. You've seen when Kawhi did the in and out, they shifted him. His lateral movement and playing defense in the chair is not the greatest when it comes to on-ball lockup like a Pat Bev or like all these other guys that slide their feet, even Kawhi. He's not in the chair like that when it comes to actual arsenal guys. When it comes to guys that are one-dimensional, yes, he is. But when it comes to guys like the Kawhis and those guys, he's not moving his feet multiple counters like that. You know what I'm saying? So LeBron, and not only that, he's older. So the fact that Kawhi, he's been doing this. I showed you context through the game. He'll be doing moves, Kawhi, and then you could see, yes, Kawhi's still robotic with the moves, but when he's doing moves, LeBron is kind of a little bit beat, and he knows he has the angle, so he uses his hands to play D, and it's instincts. I'm not saying he's doing it on purpose, but it's instincts when you're playing D, and it's like, you seen even when AI crossed Jordan and did the 2 cross. You see how Jordan did the, it's just your hands naturally. It's like, you're trying to, when you're checking someone, you get what I'm saying? You're not putting your hand on them, but you're face guarding and checking someone. Then when they beat you, your hands sometimes, just play, and then your hand, he kind of pulls back, and that's how he gets his feet back on play with guarding. You get what I'm saying? And it's just the little things, and that is affected Kawhi. Now, this is why I say, if you've been paying attention to me in IG or on Twitter, go click the links below, because I be talking about a lot of these things during the game and in the moment, in the heat of the moment and at the time. But this is why I say Kawhi is a 1B to KD's 1A, because KD's 1A in times like this, he wouldn't even have to get to a spot to get a pull. KD has unlimited spots. There's no such thing as a spot. It's wherever I'm at, I'm a threat. I could hezzy pull, I could hezzy blow by, I could, you know what I mean? You've seen his game winners on LeBron. You didn't need to go to the midi. You know what I'm saying? And be in that play for LeBron to even hold hands or do anything. So that's the next echelon that Kawhi has to get to. Not only that, I hate when he does the step backs, and if he doesn't have a clean shot, he picks up his dribble, and then it's just now he has to pass, and his forced pickup, and it's a stop ball. You know what I'm saying? I hate when he does that. He has to add the reverse pivot and the pivots to his arsenal, because Kobe don't even need to dribble, and you'll see him pump fake, reverse pivot without making a dribble, and he's already able to get a shot. Now, if he jumps to a stop and he's forced pickup, he can still create a take with no dribble. That's a different type of echelon that KD, Kobe could do. Obviously, Kobe's the highest tier, but KD could still do it. All these other guys, some guys could still do it. And it's only the elite few that could do it. So I look at Kawhi, and he's supposed to be in that elite category. I expect him to add that to his arsenal. He needs to. Just like earlier in the game, he added a reverse pivot. AD forced him to pick up, and he pump fake. Then he did a reverse pivot, pump fake, and then drew the foul on AD. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Which he could have even done in this situation. But at the end of the day, the fact that the Lakers won this game by only 2 points, with the Clippers losing Lou Will and losing Montrez. Not only that, even let's say we don't want to apply those two and use that as an excuse. The fact that they had foul trouble, and normally when Kawhi comes out early or late third, Paul George will stay in and cook. That's what he's been doing in the in the first quarter, etc. But he had 4 fouls. So Doc could have played Kawhi, and people will look at it as a mistake. I don't look at too much as a mistake, because it's only game 1. Remember, they want to get rhythm and be fully healthy for the playoffs. So it's like, really, are we gonna go ham for this one part of a game when I don't want to exert Kawhi with OD energy when this is the first game back, full intense game back? No, you know what? I'm gonna stick to your strict, or not strict, but your normal rotations. and Kawhi, normally Paul George will play, but he's fouled. You know what? Coffee, go in there. And that's what they did. And that's when that stretch, and they lost the lead during that stretch. It was a 4-point lead, but there's certain moments where they would get stops or get a bucket that they didn't have no offense at all. It was just Reggie Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And Jermichael had to hit them with bailout threes. Now, when it comes to AD, again, this is where Mo Harkless, this is my only issue for the Clippers moving forward, is the Mo Harkless component. Marcus Morris is supposed to be solid defense to replace Mo Harkless. Yes, he's not elite defender like Mo Harkless, but he's not too far off. You know what I'm saying? He's mediocre. You know what I'm saying? He's good. He's solid. Not mediocre. He's solid. But at the end of the day, his offense is way more superior than Mo Harkless, so it's a good replacement. Now, this is the issue of having too much offense and not having enough role players, so there's a hierarchy and you have consistent play. This is why Mo Harkless' defense is so superior that if he's there, if him hitting a 1-2-3 and shooting the way Morris is shooting right now is basically Mo Harkless is even better at the shooting because he's not going to ISO, so Kawhi will get it back, but he's going to hit spot ups and he's going to play elite defense, is going to get you transition buckets and crucial plays. This is why sometimes role players are sometimes more valuable than certain players in certain situations, not individually, but in certain situations as value to the team. And this is the kind of conversation I have with people all the times. Mo Harkless is more valuable to this team than Morris has been, especially when he's not hitting. You know what I'm saying? This is the issue because he was getting abused by Anthony Davis. And you know Mo Harkless patted Anthony Davis. Now the issue with Anthony Davis and Brown when it comes to the Lakers versus the Clippers, any other team, those guys are going to go to work because paint is the way they go to work primarily. So when you now take that away and you have perimeter defenders, and AD, even though he's a big man, he's more perimeter based. Not perimeter when I mean scoring on the perimeter, but he's a more perimeter mindset, perimeter type of guard movement, KD type of movement. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's a big man, he eats in the paint, but his finesse eating in the paint. It's a lot of hooks, a lot of floaters off the alleys. You know what I'm saying? And then 1-2, he'll do the post work, but even then he does a lot of post fades and post hooks or like post floater push shots. You know what I'm saying? And then here and there, he will do like a spin and go up. And even when he does a spin and go up, he's kind of falling. Like he's more frail with it. He's not like a Cousins where it's just like, who's going to guard him? AD is the type of guy that, and it's happened before where even though he has a mismatch, sometimes it's not a mismatch because he doesn't use his body like that. He doesn't break chest. So sometimes he might make it, sometimes he might not. It's not a guaranteed walk-in mismatch. Yes, when you look at the numbers, it is. But when in terms of the matchup, it's not. That's why he's been padded in certain situations like you see in this game and shot 8 for 19. You know what I'm saying? Which is not OD terrible, but it was terrible until that stretch that he hit those threes and the mid-range. You know what I'm saying? When the whole bench was in. Now, when you look at it from that perspective, I'm trying to show y'all something that the Clippers defense has taken the duo out of it to some extent when it comes to what they've been doing versus other teams. When they're other teams, they're eating. Versus this team, you have to be a skilled perimeter shooting type of team, which is why Harden and Westbrook dynamic has been trouble and wreaking havoc for the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? Or for the Clippers. Now, when it comes to LeBron and AD, if you look at them in all 4 matches versus the Clippers, they haven't done great percentage-wise. They haven't done great. You know what I'm saying? AD went to the free throw line 16 times. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? AD did put in work and he saved them. And he was the MVP of this team, which is why, again, to the MVP conversation, look who you have. And then you want to compare it to Giannis. But that's a different discussion. Go check my last video about that. But at the end of the day, when it comes to both of them in the dynamics, that's what I'm trying to say. They've been struggling versus the Clippers in all games. You look at Paul George and Kawhi, they haven't been struggling in all games. They've each had multiple games or one game where they've been eating. Paul George, the last 2 games has been eating, shooting high efficiency. Kawhi, you know what I'm saying? The first 2 games he was eating. So AD and LeBron has never had the type of eating moments versus the Clippers that Kawhi and Paul George has had separately. So that already shows you about the dynamics. The fact they've been in close games always with missing pieces. And the only piece that Lakers are missing is obviously Avery Bradley and Rondo. Rondo didn't really do anything anyways. It's mainly Bradley. Shows you the kind of depth and the kind of elite, just mindset, focus, defensive ability that the Clippers kind of have without having their pieces. Shamit's first game, Pat Bev's first game, and the fact that they were up and could have won if they didn't have Paul George in foul trouble due to the refs, that stretch would have never happened. And even then it came down to a last shot and came down to a rebound and layup putback. as the game winner. That man's are boosting. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you got to look into that. And if I'm a Lakers fan, I'm scared. I'm worried about about this matchup. Yes, it's 2-2, but we already know that it could be 4-0 Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Yes, people are going to say it could be 4-0 Lakers, but you already know not really. You know what I'm saying? Like they won a game with Bradley snapping and they run a game without Lou, Will, and Trez. You know what I'm saying? And even then LeBron off a rebound and LeBron fouling. So you got to understand. Now, LeBron did wake up in those moments and was more aggressive in the end. But then again, it's not really the aggressiveness with LeBron. It's more so just the versatility of the defenders. So if you're going to live and die by AD, if I'm a Clippers fan, I'm happy. My only issue is the Morris factor. That's tough, man. But a lot of things will change. Rotations will change when Lou Will comes back and Trez comes back. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a different look. But at the end of the day, you don't need OD rim protection if you have 80 at the 5. So I'm just looking at it as a win for the Clippers. Even though they lost, I'm not too mad at the situation. It's supposed to be a blowout, and they only won by 2. It's actually hilarious. But anyways, you already know it's True Talks, because True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here, and there's no drought here. Like I said, we're going to get the videos back. The season is back. We just stay tuned, man, and we out here. Come for that IQ, because that's what I do. Share, like, and subscribe. You already know. And I'm out, man.